No, you have to decide. I think your routine I just heard, I don't know exactly. Your focus becomes more on, unless you have a very concentrated 8 hours, minimum 8 hours, one third of your time.
Right.
Correct.
Yes, yes,
So
bro.
one third of your time is not a big problem because even if you involve in everything else also, but in between the breaks and no good company, not a systematic somebody's when somebody gives a timetable is different, you making your timetable is different.
Right, Dr. TPS. Because it
So
won't work for me.
it
Once I
won't
start,
work
won't
for
work.
anybody. It doesn't work unless there is a pressure from somebody else, right?
Right, right.
See, I gave you 10:40 because I know I have got a lot of calls. Some call go 1 or 2 minutes extra also. I will not be able to. That is
Right,
why
Dr.
2 minutes late.
Right, Dr.
Understood? Unless there is a pressure, I don't work like this.
Okay, Dr.
There is somebody else pressurizing me. Somebody else wanted me, so I scheduled my. See, you asked 3 days back, but I could give only Tuesday because Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all these are
Right, Dr.
scheduled.
Yes.
I do counseling. I'm a psychotherapist, so I have got that activity. I've got some association in which I have to guide people, and so many things happen in between, right? So it
Right,
takes
Dr.
time. Not that easy to set to the time. That means there is a demand on me. So
Correct, Dr.
any coaching center is not what they teach is great, but the time you spend has got a realistic time where somebody pressurizes you.
Right.
So there is a schedule which you cannot skip,
Mm.
and you adjust your time for that. And when you have a company, you will become more dedicated to that.
Right.
So it's more essential to have such an no, join somewhere, join with somebody, identify somebody. You could also make your own group.
Mm, mm.
Understood? Hyderabad is a place where there are a lot of such individuals.
Right.
Put them together, grab them together, sit them together. And I don't know whether you have a good library. Digital is one, but physical is different.
Right, Dr. TPS.
Understood? Not all centers are doing great because only 10 percentage of them are serious.
Right.
90 percentage of them come here there because they wanted to do. Any coaching center will admit to them because they are making money.
Right, Dr.
They cannot say you are not fit. No, they will say everybody is fit.
Mm,
Therefore, if you get into that company, the time spent is waste. If you get into
mm.
the good company, the time spent will give you a lot of rewards.
Productivity.
So it is all that group which matters. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, if there is, I am sure you are calling because you have a doubt whether this or that. To
Right, Dr.
attempt this sort of a schedule, making you failure is not a big problem. Because one question is good enough to realize whether you have that attitude. What is the examination? Civil service examination is not to test your memory. Understood? But most of the people think it is memory which is being tested. How do you keep memory active?
By practicing it,
No,
by
by
reminding yourself.
showing interest.
Okay.
See, you have not practiced your father's name 100 times, 1,000 times.
True.
You must not have even called him or written that many number of times in your life.
Right. Right.
But you have a favor, you have a right, you have a bhakti, you have a dedication, you have a devotion to somebody or hatred.
Mm.
You don't have to repeatedly remember. No, that implants in you. That means an emotional bondage is what makes you to become in memory.
Right.
Understood? So, what are we testing in civil service? Basically, you should understand it is not testing the memory. Whether Aurangzeb came in this year or 3 years later or 2 years early doesn't make any difference in the world.
Correct.
Whether you have interest in Aurangzeb or not is my question.
Okay.
If you have, definitely you will know. You know, remember your date of birth. You remember your parents' some special days.
Right.
Understood? And you also remember the festival day because the whole world talks about the festival around you.
Right, Dr. TPS.
Understood? So, world festival you remember because many people repeat it. Therefore, you are also repeating. Whether you have an affinity to that, Christmas is not my festival, but I still remember Christmas without doubt. No, December 25th. Is it because I am
Right.
celebrating? Is it in my heart as a most favorite day? No. Many people talk about it. It's a holiday. We keep repeating it in many places. So we repeat it.
Mm.
Understood? I may not even celebrate my birthday, but I still remember my birthday. because I'm that is close to my heart. So two things keep in your heart. One is reputation. Second one is close to your heart, either with hatred or with happiness. Doesn't matter.
Right.
So you have an emotional attachment. So what is that we are testing in the any examination in government service? One examination is to check whether you have interest in India,
Okay.
because you represent India ultimately. As a service, as a government servant, I have to represent India. So I have interest in India or not.
Mm.
And why am I worried about world? Why some activity which is happening in some part of the world is being printed and distributed and reaching in your house on your doorstep? So many people are working on that. Correct. So that is what
Because
press.
it will
That is press.
impact India.
Yeah, because we have some relationship. That's what we call as bilateral relationship. We
Correct.
are concerned about them. They are concerned about us. That relationship matters a lot. Okay, one of my friend who got into Sri Lankan politics just sent me a video which is his interview.
Okay.
He knows that I don't understand Sinhala,
Mm.
but concentrating on that for some time, at least 5 minutes, I know what he is speaking.
Okay. You
It
get
is
the sense of it.
it is not language because it's very close to Sanskritam,
Right. Okay.
and we also know what is his background. So from that, I know what he is going to speak. He is into politics now. He is going to have a major role in Sri Lankan politics. So I look at him and then I said, yeah, I'm listening to you, though I don't understand your Sinhala. This is what you said in the first few sentences. You wanted to market Sri Lanka as a country of tourism.
Okay.
Okay, without even an English subtitle, I can understand Sinhala much better. Because I keep listening to that, right? Because I am putting my effort, my heart into that.
Definitely,
So
Dr.
we know the context, though language is not known to us, we know what is the objective and scope.
Mm-hmm.
So context and objective and scope is what makes us to remember things.
Okay.
Got it? So Ukraine war, yeah, we have got a lot of concern. We have got concern about Myanmar. We have got concern about what is happening in Tibet, what is happening in Nepal,
China.
China. All our neighboring countries are in problem.
Right. Nowadays,
Some
we don't have good relations with
no, with
all.
even a small country, it has got instability.
Right.
Lanka has problem, Pakistan has problem, Afghanistan has problem, Bangladesh has problem, Myanmar has problem, Bhutan has problem, Nepal has problem. Is a problem for India.
Correct. Okay.
Understood? All the drainage pattern in around me, and even if I have got an air conditioned room, I am not comfortable. So that is India's situation now. So I am concerned about what is happening in the neighboring country, which is being controlled by some other powerful nation somewhere. So this is the concern which everyone should have. Whether you have that concern is what I should look at.
Okay.
When I am selecting, I don't know, tomorrow you may go to Indian Foreign Service. Your interest
Right.
was only to have a nice bungalow, beautiful salary, lot of people under you to work. Or do you have really the taste of all this? So the objective and scope should be very clear. What is your objective? What is your statement of purpose? Why do you want to become a civil servant? Why don't you want to get into some other MNC company, get good salary? Every Saturday, Sunday, you can go for tour and trips. When you are a
Right.
civil servant, you cannot do anything which you like because people will watch you. So you should have a discipline in your life. You want to have a disciplined life or a life which, no, happy-go-lucky life. Go for movie, enjoy the money. All that is what you want, or you want to have a very disciplined life. All this to be understood, right? So the
Right.
making of you will tell you whether you have a flavor for that or not. So if you have a flavor for that, any option which you take will be of that kind.
Mm-hmm.
So first decide what is your flavor, and then decide whether you really understood why these examinations are happening. Why you should have an ability to take decisions. You have to take decisions because tomorrow, see, how do I check whether you have a ability to decide? I cannot give you a job of a collector and then check whether you can do it or not.
No.
I have to
Yeah.
do some other activity to check whether you are right or not. That is what all the examination is. Why do we
Yeah.
want your English language skill? If you have no English language skill, I am sure tomorrow you are posted in Bihar, you will not be able to learn the local language.
Right.
So whether your language learning skill is not there or not. So for every examination, there is an objective and scope. So this is the purpose by which I am checking you so that you become fit tomorrow. But there also failure happens. Many people by heart get into the job, they become unfit there, then they get promotions. We have a lot of vacancies. We have 5,000 vacancies in civil service, UPSC. Why are we not posting people just like that? Because making you to fit for the job after selection is a big expenditure. It's almost 2 crores probably to make one student to an IAS
Bureaucrat.
bureaucrat after selection. And not even that, if you are misguided, you can become harmful to the country.
Correct. To the nation. Yes.
To the nation, right? So it's an integration of your integrity, your knowledge, your ability, your presence of mind. All that is essential. So you have to have that motivation. Don't ask anybody, should I try this or not?
Okay.
If you ask that it means you are
That
not.
means I am lacking motivation.
Yeah, understood.
I get it.
So generally when somebody says that it is not that you are not motivated. You are not understood what is that being happening inside. You have written exam. I can make you to by heart and write an exam. That way all 12th class people will get A plus in all subjects. But when they come to engineering, why do they fail in same examination? If I give you if I give you 10th class question paper and ask Nitin Chandra to write an exam, will you get the marks what you got during the 10th class, or you get more or less?
We'll get obviously more DrTPS. Or we might get less also, because we might not, be accustomed to that preparation.
No, you tell me which subject you get more, which subject you get less.
Geography, like all the sciences, I get more, and the Telugu.
That is because you have a passion for that now. So you have retained the passion, right?
Right.
Understood. So what is more important is not learning by heart.
Right.
It is the passion which you have for, learn with a purpose, learn with understanding. Okay. That is more essential. So learn with the passion, learn with the more interest. And maybe if I give you Telugu book and ask you to prepare for 2 days and then write, you will get more marks.
Correct, because I have a purpose here too.
Yeah, understood. So purpose is more important. Whether you fail, you get into civil service is not a big job.
Secondary.
That's secondary. You have that passion. I am not an IAS. I was preparing when I was a student like you, probably after my masters. That is because my brother was in civil service. Okay. He became forest service without any preparation. He was a lecturer in a college. That time civil service was not marketed like this. He just went and wrote, he got it. Examination pattern did not change, even today the same. General knowledge is same. We don't even get a Hindu newspaper in our doorstep. Definitely. With that background, he could do it.
Because it's his own passion to learn.
Yeah, passion to learn. The ability to by heart is also required. Right. Understood. And then I thought, why not? I have got somebody in front of me, why should not I prepare? But then my professor said, why are you wasting my maths one MSc seat? If you are interested in that, get out. Don't waste, because in between you get to civil service and go. My MSc first year, one seat is vacant. Who wanted to? So you are not dedicated to maths. I don't want any student. I was 0 marks in out of 25 in my first internal examination in mathematics, because my full concentration was civil service. Understood? He told me, scolded me for this. I said, yeah, I decided I will not waste your seat. I am leaving civil service and join for maths. Okay. That is why I became PhD, and then next examination I got very good marks. So I became second rank in the university. So it all depends on how much dedication you have in whatever you do. I never thought with all that background, becoming a scientist in space department, I never thought I can become in cabinet secretariat as deputy director. Even if I would have been an IAS, at that age, getting into that rank in civil cabinet secretary would have been no way possible. Yeah, it will be difficult. Understood. Even if I was an IAS at the earliest age, I will not reach into that level in cabinet secretariat. So it is some dedication somewhere. Whatever I do in science, whatever I do in my department of space is also with the dedication. So whichever field what you do, whatever dedication you have. Now you see the private secretary of Modi. Who is that now? Recently one girl got selected.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, she is from Varanasi. She is only a 10-year-old civil servant.
Okay.
2014 she became IAS. Becoming IAS in 10 years, 11 years time,
Secretary level is
personal secretary to prime minister is something which cannot be thought beyond. No, why? There is a dedication. Understood? So the dedication comes from the action which you do, how much committed you are. You can be a police, doesn't matter. Normal sada police, but you are dedicated to that. Somebody will find a merit onto that. Got it? You can be a clerk, doesn't matter. There are 50 people working in an office. Some people with their demand go to one person and then say, I have this problem, will you solve it? How I am selecting that person? Because from the look I know this person is dedicated. I'm sure we are not known to each other. You came to me with a purpose.
sure.
Because your friend, I have never met him personally. No, I have been in contact with lakhs of people where I never met. And maybe Nitin will not come back to me after this 1 hour. I do a lot of such activities because I am dedicated to what I am doing. It is not that I want something after that. No, nothing like that. So it is dedication, passion, dedication. You are investing your time. Whether return comes to you or doesn't matter, somewhere it goes. So even tomorrow when you become a civil servant in this world, oh, I feel I had 1 hour with him. Maybe tomorrow when you get selected, even you may not know. That doesn't matter. So what is more important is have that dedication in any action which you do. If that dedication you have when you become collector, so many people will come with the purposes. They want some favor and you can help them. What makes this job much greater? Because you can help directly, which nobody else can do it.
Exactly. This is a direct help.
Direct help, reaching with the public. So any other job, that is why I said you can become a police. A police also can do that. A doctor also can do that. A teacher also can do that. With all these no office in my hand, I am influencing lakhs of people. That can be through my spiritual lectures, that can be through my suggestions, that can be through my counseling, that can be through my psychotherapy, that can be through the educational consultation which I do. So that dedication you have, I think we at the end of the day, what we need is not money. It is not what the power and position we have. Some people are addicted to power and position.
Right.
Okay. So how do you become that? Yesterday I had a guest whose daughter got married in Hyderabad. They came from Kerala. I've spent 5 hours with them. In my whole life, up to my age, I have not met him for more than 10 minutes in my life. But when he came to Hyderabad from my native Kerala, I thought I should spend sufficient time with him. So his daughter got married. So I was telling they got married on 2nd June. He said, no, it's in July. I kept quiet. When he came, I took him from his place, Hyderabad to here, Sikh village. I opened my laptop. I took all the photographs we had together, in which I generally tag the date. And I said it was June 2nd, the date what I said was correct. I did not contradict you there because I was not very sure. Because your daughter's marriage date, you know better than me, right?
Exactly.
So he says, yeah, I forgot. Understood?
Right. Okay.
So he was telling, how do you remember? I said, I remember things because I've gone for this program and then I went there. So memory is what we connect with attachment, dedication, all that. Emotion. No? You relate with what you have in your life. So remembering becomes easier. Date becomes easier. Now I'll remember on 4th, the 1st of April, I met you.
Right.
Understood? So how do I remember that? Okay, on this day I met, but before that I spoke to my sister, I spoke to my brother, I spoke to Narayanangutti, I spoke to this person, somebody from Palakkad spoke to me. So all the 5 calls are related to today's date.
Right.
Understood? So relate with something and remembering becomes easier because I am emotionally connected to all of that. That emotional connection makes you to remember. One is statement of purpose, one is objective and scope, third one is relate with your life. Okay, and have a dedication to that. That will happen only when you have a good heart. You will have problems. Every job has problems.
Right, Robert.
Okay.
Any field,
Any field,
profession,
any
no
field.
matter
Even a police
where
fellow who is standing on the center of the road, commanding all the people to go or not to go, can be taken as a trouble or it can be taken as a power also.
yeah, sure.
Okay,
Right.
by showing
And
like this, I can
it's
show
hard
anybody
for
to
them.
stop is a power. But if somebody looks at it, a small child will think what this man is doing comic on the center of the road. No, understood. So for a
Possibly.
power can be seen as a comic job. That is also possible. Somebody may think that no, this is not great. No, everybody feels Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was a comic fellow. But the dedication which he had, the way in which he studied file, I know because personally I met him. We had
Right.
discussions on things. He's a man of great integrity, lot of courage, lot of passion. Understood. Somebody else does lot of marketing. Somebody may not do marketing. Some prime minister. Some prime minister may only do crookedly. For his purpose, he may do some favor. He does. With all these people, somebody has to work, right? Civil service.
Right.
So it is not a great job. But it's a, if you think that I am working for prime minister, if I am working for chief minister, if I am working for a minister, you feel it's not a great job.
Right.
But if you feel at the end I am making this for the purpose of the people,
yeah, then it will be a great job for you.
Understood.
Like it will give you satisfaction.
Yeah. So what for I am doing this? That is more important.
Purpose.
In which there will be a lot of people. A lot of people may get benefited. You will have to disturb a lot of people. You will create more enemies. Therefore, some people are scared of this. So some people are not very happy getting into this because you make enemies. In any field, you can make enemies. You are into politics, you have more enemies than friends. Your own party fellows are enemies to you.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
So you don't know whom to believe. That is there in every hierarchy system. Even as a scientist, no scientists are made into directors or maybe chairman based on their merit. It's all favoritism.
Right.
Without that, nothing works. So you, if you are not scared of such things, you have got a purpose of your life defined well. With all these ability, what I said is presence of mind, logical reasoning, analytical skill, mathematical ability, communication skill, objective and scope, statement of purpose. If you are very clear about this is the purpose of my life, I am sure you get dedicated. If not here, you can work in government in some other position. If not here, you can work in private, make money and serve the society. Sometimes the money which you can get in working into business also is much higher, no?
Right.
Correct. And with all that, you can serve society much better and bigger.
True, Doctor.
If you're a very rich man, you can go to a collector and say, I'm taking all these activities, give me that. I have the NGO I'm doing, I'm CSR, I will give you. They have more. See, I know rich people were chief secretary wait for an appointment. Meeting chief secretary of Andhra is much easier than probably meeting the richest man in Andhra.
Right, DrTPS. Yeah.
Understood. So being rich is a great thing. So anybody who does business is also a great social servant.
Right.
Because he is giving job to many people, right? Adani is giving lot of job to many people. That is why Adani has got power, right? Why Elon Musk is ruling USA now? Because he's a rich man.
Very rich man.
So no civil servant in America or no government servant in America is powerful than Elon Musk now. Because being rich is always powerful. Got it? But being educated and serving like this is also power. I have got my students in different places and positions. I am sure whatever position they are, they have respect to me. No, if I am a student of a rich man or I am teaching some rich people, both will serve me. No, help me.
Right.
Understood? Suppose some rich man's son or daughter is my student, that itself is good enough. In turn, they know, oh, this is my daughter's, this is my son's professor. Like that, they will respect us, right? Or maybe I can teach somebody who is tomorrow becoming. So, being rich is also powerful. Being famous is also powerful.
And even in that way, you can serve.
Yeah, see, all the politicians, more than that, the influential people are cinema stars, right? Charisma is a great thing. They can influence a lot of people.
Right, okay.
And whom do we see every day on television? Not the politician, not the cinema star. Even a TV anchoring person, a newsreader has a lot of influence in the public today.
Right, okay.
Every day morning, I am seeing some TV channel, one person whom I like. That channel only I will keep, and he becomes my family member. He becomes my teacher. He becomes my role model. So every job has got its flavor. So I am answering your question. What is that I should do?
I get it, okay.
Don't do it just because somebody else did it and then become luckier there. Luckier. I am not using the word, no.
No, I get
But
it.
just because luck, he clicked there.
True, okay.
It doesn't mean everybody reaches there will click. See, I know civil service IAS people who are very intelligent people. They thought they leave civil service and come to politics, they'll become great. Because already they proved they know, understood. That worked also. That is how Chief Minister of Delhi became very great. No? National influential leader once upon a time.
Right, okay.
2 elections finished. He is out of the world.
Right.
In no time in his life, he can come back to power. Understood. He gave an image of becoming a very layman's representative, but in few years he changed into a man who lives only with the rich bungalow, right?
Right, okay.
Understood.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that man would have stayed in this mind of lot of people, no, in the world. Not even in India, in the whole world.
Right,
We have such a great man, Mahatma Gandhi. Nobody in this world is respected more than Mahatma Gandhi in these centuries. You go to any American library, you will have maximum number of books on one single person, not even their own presidents in America. It's Mahatma Gandhi's books.
Right, okay.
So the dedication, how much you do, that matters a lot. It is not education, it is not your ability to show that you have power and position. It is to serve people, I'm sure. Maybe in somebody's heart for very close, 5 people very close in their heart is better probably. Okay, after death you become famous or not doesn't make a difference, right? In life I am suffering is also not a problem for me. I am ready to take all the physical problems, but at the end of the day, every day I feel, yeah, I have done something good today. That is what makes me good, because we are basically human being, we are basically social being.
Right.
So recognition by society, recognition, that society can be a larger number like a film star, but
it can be shorter as a.
yeah, but what happens is you have got a large group of people under you to celebrate and then clap. But when they have a physical, they have a problem emotionally, nobody is there to support. That is why they commit suicide. See, for last 10 years or 5 years, or maybe after COVID, you take 2000 to 2025, 5 years, how many film stars committed suicide? If you look at it, that's maximum number. How many civil servants, how many people at the highest position committed suicide, become depressed, psychologically problematic? What is that great power you get in the world to make a lot of money, but you are not able to take a little shock in your life is a failure. Understood? So success is not counted by how many police officers have committed suicide. I know many of them, because they are not able to take the pressure which they have, right? So what is success in life? Success in life is not becoming great. Success in life is facing all the problems in life and see what best I can do. Be systematic, be committed, not become cluttered. Say you have your washroom in which you keep a lot of soap, shampoo, conditioner, oil, brush. Looking at the corner, how much cluttered is that will tell you how much cluttered is your life. Used, half used, unused, purchased 10 years back, purchased 5 years back, which can be easily thrown out, but still you keep it in that corner. Understood?
I get it. Like your
Your discipline in life will tell you whether you are cluttered in your thoughts.
Right.
Understood? How systematic you are, how good you are, how disciplined you are. Will it make a lot of difference? Nothing. It may not make a lot of difference, but that will tell you when there is a problem, How do you solve it?
Right, right,
Understood?
right, Dr. TPS.
So this is not because of individual. Individually I may be good, but the situation in which I am living probably will not be able to permit to do it because everybody is like that. No, I will feel so. It's a group. It's an act. All military people are disciplined because the group itself is
Condition.
disciplined,
The
conditioned
condition
for
that.
that.
Yes.
Got it? So you need. I know brigadiers who committed suicide
Mm-hmm.
just
To
few
that
days.
level.
Yeah, few days before the retirement because he's not able to accept retirement.
Oh, okay.
All the position and power is gone tomorrow onwards.
Gone.
Nobody will listen to you after retirement, right?
Right, right.
Understood?
So they're addicted to.
Addicted to such things. So it is not addiction. That's what I'm saying. What do you become is not important. No. If I get it, it's fine. That is the way I have to move. If I don't get it, there is another way to do it things.
Okay.
Got it?
So this exact point is where like I'm getting little anxiety, Dr. TPS. Like if I mean like I'm not able to completely invest my time on this because I'm 25 right now. So I'm 25 right now, and I don't have any pressure from my parents. They're all supportive. My dad is like, if you want to do one more year, I'm gonna support you. That's not a problem at all. But then personally, what I feel is like I have to like do something like that age where I am right now. So I'm not able to completely focus on this because like my peers, they're all like in US, like they're studying. I mean, they're earning a lot and everything. So I'm just scared that like
I'll tell
I'm not.
you. I used to go to Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalayas in Arunachal Pradesh.
Okay,
Stay there
great.
10 days, motivate children, teach them, love how to learn science, how to get into higher positions. So one of the Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya student became a secretary for power in state government there. So
Okay.
he was invited to give a talk and then he said, no, I can't give talk. I am not good in speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Then I told him, you come, I will interview you.
Okay.
Can be like a dialogue so that people get a message that no, they can also get motivated to
Ha, ha,
become
ha.
civil service.
And he'll get insights from he
Insights
will
from.
get insight from.
So I asked him how happy. No, I'm not at all happy. All my classmates who are my IIT classmates, all of them are in US. They are earning a lot of money. I saw them. The life is very fantastic. But here every day unnecessary pressure. It's not at all a good job.
Okay. Okay.
So he was giving a other side of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They may be rich, but you go to US, they have no public life.
No, they have
They
their own
they
set
have
of
to
problems
close their door. Nobody knows them. See, I went to US and stayed with my student for the few months, 6 months, The whole community became my friends. And somebody who
Okay.
was 30 years living there was telling, Dr. TPS in 3 months got more number of people who knows every Indian there. But in 30 years, I could meet only 10 people around me.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Understood. And they thought they are more disciplined than Indians. But I had a
Mm-hmm.
temple program 4 o'clock fixed. I reached there at 3:55. 5 minutes I waited. The door was not open, but somebody has on phone said the door number key is this. Number key opened, got inside. So the student who took me, I said I will wait only 5 minutes. 4:05. If nobody is there, we are going.
Okay.
Is it from India? Somebody is so strict in timings. 4:05 I left the place. After that,
Mm-hmm.
somebody came and telephoned, we are here. I said, you be there, but I am very punctual. They
Mm-hmm.
thought the Indians are not punctual, Americans are more punctual, right?
Right. 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 But
Nothing like
it's
that. It is your
not
way of doing things.
right. Okay.
Wherever you are, you can do the way you want. So, if you have a social commitment, the life of society, I'm sure wherever you go, you change. Whatever job
Right.
you do, you get. Whether you get 1,000 rupee salary or 10 rupee salary doesn't make a difference to you because the 10 rupee chai which you drink from a shop and 1,000 rupees chai you drink from a five-star hotel, which one makes you happy is what is more important to you.
Very true, doctor. Where my happiness lies, right? So
Yeah,
basically, I think in these few months, I'm seeing the empty part of the glass.
yeah.
I have to concentrate more on the filled
Then
part of
come
the glass.
committed. Understood. There are people who worked. You have now you are lucky. That's why I ask a lot of questions on personal front.
Right, doctor.
That is because that matters a lot. You have support. You are staying. in Hyderabad, your parents are supporting. Otherwise, they will start disturbing. No, they
True,
have
Dr.
given you full
TPS.
freedom. When you want it, you are supporting the family. All that is also there. The commit. If there is a demand, I'm sure you will vacate tomorrow and go back to Bangalore for supporting. So they are
True,
also
Dr.
independent. Being independent is good, but sometimes being dependent is also good.
Right,
But
Dr.
bondage
TPS.
is a big problem. Bondage is which is not attachment, which makes you subordinate of somebody,
True, Dr.
where you
TPS.
cannot use your freedom, you cannot use your liberty. You have all that financially, that support is there. All that is a must. So with
Right.
that, whether you are able to focus on what you wanted, how many years you want, you can all do that. You are not in a
Okay.
hurry. First of all, think that no, the government has given this many number of attempts because many people don't make it once,
True,
make
Dr.
it twice.
TPS.
But why they have given some restriction? Because okay, beyond a point you have tried, nothing is happening. You cannot waste your life, you should also do something else. Why people
Right.
join for postgraduate programs in Delhi? Because staying in Delhi is costly, but you are joining in a university, you get hostel and you
Mm-hmm.
get a good company.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get a good company, definitely you will get into that block. They join two, three
Right.
different coaching centers and
Right.
parallelly prepare.
Right.
Okay, I had a lot of students. They were all asking me, why can't you start a center? I have got a beautiful place in Malkajgiri. I've got a beautiful library. So many books are there. Many students used to come and invest time there.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not running an organization as it is because I don't want to sit there and then see. It's more.
Invest all your time there.
No, it is more difficult. There are a lot of problems. Most of the time people come there, they are not dedicated. They do something else. Then I will become a watchman. I will become a no
Warden figure, you
warden
mean? Like,
figure
I get it.
than
I get it.
a mentor. So I keep saying,
Yes.
stay wherever you want. They used to come invest a lot of. You can see the Shiksha holiday program. I have done
Mm-hmm.
in 2 years. I have done more than 100 programs. They come. There are people who are preparing in some civil service coaching centers here, but they don't understand geography. They come and stay with me, learn geography one day and go.
Mm-hmm.
I am strong in geography. I'm
Oh,
from space. Mapping is my subject.
okay.
So you look at UPSC, how to read newspaper. I teach. How many people teach how to read newspaper?
True, Dr.
You
TPS.
look at Dr.
Usually don't.
TPS, how to read newspaper, how to collect, how
Yes.
to write a brief.
Right, Dr. TPS.
Okay,
It's all in YouTube. Yeah.
it's all YouTube. So I do something, have a discussion. Just now, on another book on civil service only. Yesterday only the
Okay.
index have been completed. So it is there with me.
Oh, oh, nice, Dr. TPS.
Another book is there, civil service prelims handbook.
Okay. Okay.
That prelim service handbook will tell you how to prepare for that. This is how to
Right.
get motivated into that, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is a full book. You can read that content.
I will. I will.
Understood?
Perceive this book as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr.
So why civil service? What is civil service? How and when start preparation? Strategies for different types of aspirants.
Mm.
Common mistakes to avoid in UPSC preparation. Smart strategies for prelims.
Right.
Strategies for mains. Journey to an IAS officer. Note making
Right.
strategies. Power of soft skills. The importance of mentorship.
Mm.
Okay, how motivate yourself to work under the influence of people. The UPSC fails. When UPSC fails, what next? UPSC exam, a village dreamer can make it or achieve it or not. Recommended books for choosing your optional subjects, understanding reservation categories. All that finished. This is
So, so,
yesterday's.
so this is getting published when, Dr.
See,
TPS?
what I do is, this will get e-published,
Okay.
and that is how it is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I think like in this kind, like the context you read, I think it's gonna answer like many questions what
I
I
know
was
you have not
facing.
asked many questions, but when I ask you the basic background and all that, the way you are speaking, I will be able to know these are all the problems which you are facing because I am a psychotherapist, so I understand mind
Right.
of the people very, very fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can read in between lines and tell you this is what you are going through, right?
Okay. Okay.
And any subject to that matter, whatever subject you want one chapter you are not able to understand, just open the book or start a Google Meet. I will tell you what is it.
Sure, Doctor.
Don't even give me
I'm,
time
sh-
to
I'm
prepare. That's my guarantee.
nice, Doctor. I'm sure I'm gonna like come back to you, Doctor TPS. Like you whenever I want to have an interaction with you. And okay.
Understood.
Okay.
So I keep saying somebody's madness created a lot of palaces in India. We are proud of that. Some king created it not when they were really rich.
True.
With all the poverty also, they have made people to work. 16,000 of people worked for 6 years, 7 years. They made Khajuraho. They made not one king. The king started, his son did it, daughter did it, son did it. All that is not over. Ultimately, the fifth generation, sixth generation made a better one, bigger one, higher one, demolished the other one. So many things you will hear. That is all madness actually. But that madness is the prestige and great benefit for Indian history today. Okay, some people would have done lot of thoughts, very sensible, very useful things in their life. History must not never recorded in this world. Understood? We are not able to quote it because it is never recorded.
Very true.
Understood? The iron pillar which is standing is not somebody really wanted it. Some crazy fellow did something. Got it? So in our life also, what we do very systematically, very thoughtfully, may not take us long.
That's what I learned, DrTPS.
May not have a great benefit. When somebody does it very casually, everyday life, I am filling my day with some sense, you know. I myself wonder sometimes why Nigeria, some youth has to contact me, why Sri Lankan youth has to contact me, somebody from Nepal contacts me. All this was a great privilege given to me because of COVID. World got connected so fast with the COVID, no?
Right.
Understood. So
because we all had a common enemy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it is a great benefit for some people, but so many people lost their life.
Very true.
Same virus. Even today it is being affected for many people around us. We don't even know it's happening because once it came in the beginning, it's a big problem, but after some time, problem dissolves. So every problem is like this. You can imagine a prime minister asking people to use plate and then make sound and all that. No, it looks so stupid now.
But then back then it was
that time it was very crucial. So any problem is a problem only for some time. Even this will change. That is a great message. Bharatiya Sankalpa, Indian Sanatana Dharma teaches us only one thing. Even this will change. Any problem is a problem only for some time. After that, it will go. So now you are at this age, you think it's a big problem to decide what should I do in my life. There are a lot of people who thought what they will do, but later they realized they did all mistakes.
Okay.
So whatever crucial decision you have to take, it could prove to be good, prove to be bad. Not the decision what you make, how long and how consistently you are going to pin it in your life.
That will make a lot of difference.
So any decision is good. Doing civil service is good. Why? That is the reason I told my story. That time if I would have been, I did the civil service, I would have been great. I don't repent on that now.
Maybe, yeah.
If I would have been a civil servant there, I would have been under somebody, I would have quit that, maybe I would have become more frustrated in life.
Exactly.
But without all that also, I reached what somebody can reach. When I was in cabinet secretary, people should ask which batch you are, how could you become so great at this age? I became there in 2009. Right. So at that age, how did you become deputy director? Which cadre IPS you are? They used to ask. I said, I am not an IPS. Huh? You are not an IPS. Correct. You are not an IAS. You are not an IPS. How could you become that? No. So it just becomes. So accept things as it is. Don't think that knock all the doors. Which door opens? Who knows? If you get it, it's well and good. If you don't get it, that doesn't mean you are bad. It is not you are bad. You have something else written for you. Accept life like that. That is much.
Yeah. So DrTPS, like with few decisions, how I perceive things is like, imagine if I'm stuck with some decision, I'll just stick on to one decision, and if something bad comes, I'll accept it. If something good comes, I'll accept it. I think I have to do the same thing.
What? Number 2 is you pass through 2. Why people join for academically going into some master's program and then parallelly take this, so that even if they don't get, I have got 2 years, I did my master's.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I got
Understood?
it.
So you have a degree.
Correct.
You are not waste. You don't think I have wasted my time. I've got a master's
True.
also.
True. Right.
Understood? Say after masters you are getting, see, masters in any social science subject and all is just like that easy. After that
Right.
PhD is not at all a problem. 6 months you can write it, but government gives you 3 years fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Government gives you a place to stay.
Right.
No hostel food is worse. You are investing time for your personal care. Somebody else cares you. You can invest that much time for a good purpose, right?
Right, Dr. TPS.
Understood? So
Right.
you decide, okay, you are feeling upset because I have now this age. What will happen? 3 more years if I invest, nothing happens. But 3 more years, you get into something else and parallelly do this. And anyway, you are a BTech.
Mm. Yes,
Indian
Dr. TPS.
engineering service is what is your best choice.
True, Dr. TPS.
See, IAS, there are this many number of people trying. IES,
Right.
there are only this many number of people trying, right?
True.
And that
True.
is your
Less competition.
specialization.
True, Dr. TPS.
If you enjoy engineering,
Yeah.
understood.
Yeah. That is very true.
And ultimately, there is a government rule. Now, recently, I don't know whether you know, there is a lateral entry in civil service.
Yeah. 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 Yes,
So
Dr.
even if
TPS.
you go abroad, do a master's from the best university abroad, get a good job there, we don't know. After Modi, somebody else comes, they may also drop it. But as of today, there is a lot of methods to get back into serving people, I'm saying. Okay.
Fine, Dr. TPS. I think like 1 hour is done, Dr. TPS.
So
So
can I
I'm
publish it? I've stored it anyway. I do a screen grabbing and keep it.
sure, Dr. TPS.
I'll